What up, Terrapins? Welcome back to another episode of Turtle Wandering. I'm going on a road trip. So, like many, work, life, all that stuff has gotten super stressful, and just figured I'd take a little bit of vacation time since I'm blessed to have a lot, and I haven't used much of it this year. So, off back to New York State, gonna spend a couple days in Ithaca, and then I'm going to Lewisburg, Pennsylvania for the unpaved gravel cycling event where this turtle gets to do the social media. So, super stoked. So, let's get this week started. Safely arrived in New York. Pretty overcast day, so I think I'm just gonna go wander into town for a little bit and check that out, and then hopefully tomorrow get some hiking in. So, off to explore Ithaca. Shortly after leaving the place I'm staying, I found a nice little walking path that just kind of getting a little stroll on, good to stretch the legs out. Spent probably about 3.5 hours in the car getting here, so it's good to kind of shake out the body and get things moving again. And it's a really beautiful path. Kind of show you here real quick. As you can see, really nice view of, I guess it's a river, certainly not a lake. And the road's just right here. You can probably hear the traffic and everything, but it's just this nice little walking, cycling path that goes along and then kind of goes up into town with a couple different bridges. So far from what I can tell, it's a very walkable town, which, considering it's also a college town, makes a lot of sense that you're gonna have a lot of students without cars or anything. So that's the nice thing about going to some of these smaller collegiate type spaces, is that they're gonna have nice walkable areas for you to get out and enjoy yourself, and that's separate from any sort of hiking and stuff that I'm looking to do, or even bike riding that I'm looking to do. So this is pretty awesome. Traveling earlier in the week because it cuts down on the crowds and stuff. The only downside to that is oftentimes shops, restaurants, stuff like that may have limited hours, which means they may not be open earlier in the week. They may focus on like Wednesday or Thursday through the weekend. So, it's kind of that, you have to balance it out. So, certainly I miss crowds, but then I may not see everything depending on what's going on in a particular area. Morning, everybody. First full day in Ithaca, so basically gonna go waterfall hunting. There's 3 in a pretty short period of time right around the Cornell campus that I'm gonna check out, and then depending on how long I walk and explore in those areas and take some pictures and stuff, I'll determine if I'm gonna go to other areas, but looking forward to a fun day. Ithaca also has a really good coffee culture, and so I got this one from a place called Gimme Coffee, which, hey, don't threaten me with a good time, because I'm definitely going to take you up on it. So looking forward to trying this. This is a local blend of a maple nut latte that I guess is specific to that particular coffee shop, and looking forward to checking out some of the other ones in the area. So if anything, I will be highly caffeinated over the next couple of days. basically I'm on the campus of Cornell University, and there was a waterfall right off the campus, which is so cool. And I'm sure the students probably take it for granted after their first 1 or 2 times seeing it as a freshman, but I think that's pretty amazing, and I know I'd spent a lot of time there. And now there's a lake, and so I'm taking their walking path around the lake, and that takes you to a botanical garden. So, you know, again, they have really done a beautiful job of using the landscape in the area to create some pretty cool stuff for the students. So I'm going to take a look around, see if there's any history around there, especially if they've spent any time chronicling the history of the Native Americans who I'm sure were here way before the university got here, and just kind of go from there. But yeah, this is some pretty spectacular stuff I'm looking at. Since it's a school day, it's pretty quiet out here. I hear like some joggers and some other walkers in the path, but for the most part I have this almost to myself, which is super peaceful, and honestly it smells amazing. It's like you can tell fall is here because it just smells so good. You know, it's hard even to even describe. It's just fall. Interesting. Not sure if it's supposed to be art or a science experiment or what exactly. Found another trail in the town, so gonna check that out. It's a whole gorge area, so this should be absolutely beautiful. Step 1, finish the hike. Step 2, as always,
You have arrived.
find the car. All right, great day of exploring. So at this point, just kind of back at the Airbnb, grabbing some dinner, and then doing that exciting YouTube thing of pulling footage and starting the editing process. So that's gonna kind of wrap up my night, and I'll see you all in the morning. Morning, everybody. Last full day here in Ithaca. Going to be meeting up with a old coworker who lives in the area, and they're going to show me a local spot, which is pretty cool. But in the meantime, I'm just going to hit up another one of the local coffee shops, read a book for a little bit, and then get on with it from there.
Wrap up the capital campaign. Before that, I'm working on a giant fundraiser that was so stressful.
Yeah, fundraisers can be super stressful.
And that just brought it to a screeching halt. And it was successful enough that we were like, great.
Moving
and I went
on.
back home.
You're like, that's enough of that.
Yeah, peace out. By our house. Get out of your way.
Yeah, I put mine on airplane mode so I can't get interrupted. Because
I usually let myself be interrupted because of the
oh, hi.
Oh my! That's a water snake. I can go first. Alright, let me scoot around you. Make sure that's what it is, or is it a milk? Where'd you go?
He went
you're
that
blended.
way.
Yeah. You're blended. That's a water snake. They're common. I'll go down first and make sure there's no other.
That was absolutely spectacular. It's nice to get a chance to see like what the locals go to as opposed to what are the big tourist places. And so now I'm hitting up one more spot so we can make it a 2-hike day and just kind of keep soaking it in. bottom of the gorge area, and so far it's been absolutely spectacular. Gonna make my way back up in a couple minutes, and let's say it's gonna be one heck of a climb since there's a lot of steps to get down here, but totally worth it. All right, found the correct trail to make the journey back up. Somebody's rule somewhere said what goes down must go up, and I'll tell you what, this up is absolutely no joke. All right, and we have made it back. Alright, good morning everybody. After an epic couple days here, moving on to the next stop, so off now back to PA to work on the social media for Unpaid, so we will film that for the next episode. So with that, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Later, Terrapins.